Hey guys, it is April from Getting Cuckoo With It. This video, I've not been looking forward to doing this video, and I really just decided about an hour ago on this subject, and it might piss a few people off, and I don't really blame them, but I'm calling it quits on my Dying to Read book club. I literally just put out a video a couple of weeks ago about my 2018 lineup. And I'm still excited about a lot of the books on that 2018 lineup. But I'm done with it. And I have a lot of reasons, and there are a lot of different reasons. The first reason is right now, me getting dressed and putting on makeup and walking out the door is like the big accomplishment of the day. And I need to do that in order to move forward with my life after the miscarriage, but that's the most I can do. And you know, tomorrow I have to go back to work, and I am partly looking forward to that, and I'm partly dreading it because I don't know how I'm going to feel at any given moment. So in terms of obligation, any obligations right now, I'm just like, I can't. Even if it's nice things like a book club, I just don't want to. The other reason for me calling it quits for the Dying to Read book club is I have not liked a single book I've chosen. And everyone who reads, we all read to enjoy ourselves. And I have hated all of the books. I think the highest star I've given a book is 3 stars, and I've been generous. Now, that said, the books that I chose for 2018, I genuinely do still want to read many of those books. And I will read those books at some point. But the fact that I've mostly hated all of the books that I've chosen, it's like it started it off on a really shitty foot. It's like it started it off on this sour note, and it just kept getting more and more sour in my mouth. Like, it was just like the sour taste in my mouth every time I would pick up the next book that I'd chosen. I would start to read it, and I would start reading it with dread because I was like, oh, this is probably gonna be really bad. I hope it's not bad. God, it's gotta be good. And then I would read it and be like, no, that was another piece of shit. And and here's another thing. So for myself, and I know that everyone's different, for myself, when I'm reading a book and I want to throw it across the room, or I'm falling asleep, I would rather think about doing the dishes than reading this book, I say no, and I put it away, and I never pick it up again, and I might talk shit about it to other people and tell them don't read this book because I really hated it, or read it with caution. And because I was reading it for the book club, because I picked it for the book club, first of all, and because I was reading it for the book club, I felt like I had to read it. And I didn't read November's pick, thank God, because it was about a woman whose 2 children were murdered. Now, I was pregnant at the time, and the last thing on earth I wanted to read about was dead children. I could not read that, and I didn't read it, and I'm really glad that I didn't read it because that was the last full month that I was pregnant. So I would have been reading about dead children while my child was still alive inside of me. And then in early December, my child would have died. I'm really glad I didn't read that. I knew myself well enough to know that I couldn't read that, and so things like Suffer the Children, which is about dead babies and dead children coming back to life, I don't fucking want to read this anytime soon. I mean, it's a cool concept for sure, but I am not going to read that. And sorry, I'm so mad. I'm mad because it's just I don't like starting something and not finishing it. Really don't like doing that. Starting something that I've done and then not finishing it, I feel like I'm disappointing myself. I feel like I'm disappointing other people. And so then I just get mad about it. But I also, you know, for me, right now in my life, I just want to have meaningful conversations. If I can have meaningful conversations with people who get me and I get them, those are the conversations that I'm interested in having right now. I really don't want to be talking about the weather. And reading thrillers, let's be honest, it's like talking about the weather. They're fun. And they have such an important purpose. Like, I really do need to read about silly mysteries and, you know, other people's drama that makes my life look like a walk in the park. I think they have a purpose. I'm reading one right now. But I don't want to talk to other people about a thriller when I could be talking to them about something that might have impacted their life in a certain way, or might have impacted my life, that's changing my way of thinking about things right now. And maybe it's not just right now, and maybe my miscarriage has made me realize that I really want to have more meaningful conversations. But those are the conversations that I want to have. I was thinking about the way I want to read in 2018, and well, first of all, I want to read books about perseverance and resilience, and fiction books about that. I want to find books that are going to make me feel like, oh, that person got through this, I can get through that too, or I can go through this, and I can work through that. So it's really important for me to read books like that. But it's also really important for me to allow my reading to happen organically. And having a list of books that I need to read might be doing a disservice to me for the books that I might be needing to read right now. The other thing is that I don't really enjoy the Goodreads setting for book clubs. I don't like even very minute things like how comments are laid out. I find it very strange to see my own comment back. Like, if I'm replying to someone, it'll show me, I believe, my comment or their comment in quotes, and then what I've said about it underneath. And I find it very hard to read through. I don't know, maybe it's because it's written, I'm not sure what it is, but I'd much rather have conversations with people over like Voxer or something where I can hear them talk and it's more of a conversation. And I'm finding a Goodreads setting for book clubs, for me, not really worth it. It's not really working for me. Don't feel more connected to that person. And this isn't just my book club. I'm finding this generally. Like, I'm right now reading the Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society, which is Krista's book choice for her Books and Jams read-along group. And I'm reading it, and I'm not even commenting in the Goodreads thing. I have actually just been voxing or just writing to Krista and saying, hey, thanks for picking this. It's like this light thing right now for me. And I only think about Krista when I'm reading that book. The truth is, you're not getting the best out of me in that book club. I am choosing crappy books. So I do want to apologize to the people who have signed up to my book club. I think there's like 300 and something. I can't remember exactly how many people. Usually there's about 11, 12, something like that, of us who read the book every month. And I genuinely do want to apologize to those people who are reading with me. But I do feel like to those people, I would like to know you in a different way. I don't want to talk about thrillers with you, or really with anyone right now. Yeah, I genuinely, the way that I can respect you and get to know you as a person is to actually get to know you as a person. Either in the comments, like get to know you that way, or, you know, reading something else together, even though I really don't feel like buddy reading very much at all right now. Yeah, it's just not my way. Now, right now, the book club is reading See What I Have Done. I'm not reading it. I won't be reading it. I don't care about Lizzie Borden at this moment in time. I just can't. So that little discussion is completely open, and I'm going to leave that open, of course, until the end of January so people can talk to each other. And then I'm going to shut it down. I hope you understand, and I do apologize. I know that I'm coming across as angry because I'm angry with myself a little bit. I'm angry that I even created the book club because now I'm doing this. But I know myself, it needs to go. I hope that you are all doing incredibly well. I will still talk about thrillers on my channel because they're fun fluff. I will still make videos on that. I'm gonna still read thrillers, so it's not like that's completely gone away. I don't want to have those conversations. I want to have meaningful conversations with people that come into my life. So I hope that you take that as a compliment. I love you all. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.